Nice deep breath, and then a little bit of movement if you want to. So if you want to stretch that body out long, or if you want to go into a little bit of uh, happy baby, lengthening one leg at a time, rotation of the spine, a little bit of windshield wipers. Don't forget your fingers, your wrists, your ankles, and your toes. Waking those up, activating them. And don't forget about the neck. There's no's and there's yeses. The shoulders, movement there. Rib cage with the nice deep inhales, windshield wipers. Let's do at least 30 more seconds of just some movement, fingers, toes, ankles, wrists, elbows, knees, hips, spine, rib cage, neck. There's side to side movements, there's back and forth movements, there's circular movements. Excellent. Nice deep breaths and exhale that air out. Let's go ahead and start to settle down, lengthening that body. Listen to your lower back. If you need to bend one knee or both knees, please do so. Otherwise, I'd like you to stretch those legs out long. Take those arms, extend them up to the sky, and then up and over, letting them drop onto the floor. Please be very mindful of the lower back here. We're going to go across the body with a stretch. Imagine that somebody is pulling one of your legs, and then the opposite arm to that leg is being pulled. So we're going across the body, and I want you to be very mindful of the lower back here. No pinching, no sharp pain. Any type of pinching, bend the knee that you are not stretching to help get that lower back on the mat. Relax that stretch down, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And then let's do that again. Big stretch across the body. Same leg, same arm. And then release that down. Beautiful. And now I would like you to switch the legs that you're going across the body with. So somebody's pulling that arm, pulling that leg. And again, listen to your lower back. If you need to bend the other knee that's not being stretched, please do so. Release down out of that stretch. And we're going to do it one more time. Here we go. And big stretch. Breathe through it, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Release down. Go ahead and gently bend both the knees. Place the feet flat. Bring the arms up and over and onto the floor. Let's go into a very gentle pelvic tilt and release. Pelvic tilt and release. Pelvic tilt and release. Gentle pressure into the feet as you're doing this. And now let's stay up on the pelvic tilt. So we're driving the lower back down. Keep the feet somewhat light. Squeeze the glutes. Pull that pelvic floor in and up. Imagine you have hands underneath the spine and you're trying to crush those hands. Breathe through this, in through the nose, out through the mouth, holding on. Nice deep inhale in and exhale. Release the glutes, the pelvic floor, and the abdominals. Gently pull the knees into the chest. Let's go into a midline rock. So we pull the knees a little bit tighter and then release them, but keeping the hands on the shins the whole time. Keeping the head relaxed down so neck and spine is aligned. Let's pause on this pelvic rock and, or excuse me, the midline rock. Drop one foot to the ground, glide that leg out. The knee that we're holding on to, please open it to the side. Relaxing down into your lower back. Bring that knee back to center, and now bring it small range of motion across the body. So you're stretching the glute and the hamstring, not twisting the spine. Bring it back center, back to the outside. Bring it back center, back across the body. Small range of motion. Bring it back center, back outside. Bring it center. Last one, gently across the body. Move the knee a little bit up and down if you want a little more range of motion. Bring it back center. And now take that leg and extend it gently up to the sky. Excellent. There can be a big bend in the knee right now because we're just warming up. I'd like you to take that foot and flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and hold. Now that knee, we're going to push it down towards the armpit. For some of you, it's a very small range of motion. For others, a little bit more distance. That's absolutely fine. Breathe through this, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Please bend that knee fully and pull the other leg into the chest. Excellent. Midline rock. Rocking back and forth. Relax your shoulders, relax the neck. Beautiful. Pause the rock, place the other foot on the ground, glide that leg out. Excellent. Relax here for a second so that hip flexor can release. And now let's take that knee and open it to the side. Relaxing into the lower back. Bring it back center and now across the body, but a very small range of motion so your lower back stays glued onto the floor. Bring it back center, back outside again. Relax into your lower back, a little bit wider this time. Bring it back center, back across the body. Relax the shoulders. Bring it center, bring it last one outside. Breathe through this, in through the nose, out through the mouth, center, and the last one inside. And again, move that knee a little bit up and down for a greater range of motion, but without twisting the spine. Bring it back center, hands go under the calf, and we extend that leg up. And again, there might be a big bend because we're just warming up. Let's take that foot and flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Last one, flex and hold. Beautiful. That knee heads down towards the armpit. And again, it can be a small range of motion. That's absolutely fine. Just want to get a little bit more stretch in here. If you're used to happy baby, it's half of one of those. Relaxing into your shoulders. Please bend the knee fully. Bring both knees back into the chest, back to that midline rock. Back to that midline rock. Beautiful. Go ahead and pause that rock. Place those feet flat on the floor. Keep the heels close to the glutes. Let's start by squeezing the glutes tight, pelvic tilting, engaging that pelvic floor. Imagine hands underneath the spine. Mush those hands. And now peel all the way off your back and onto your shoulders. Always readjust the feet if you need to. Listen to those knees. Let's take the arms and extend them up to the sky. Rotate the palms so they're facing in towards each other. Let's open the arms all the way to a T-shaped position. Relax them all the way down onto the floor. Let's take those heels and peel them off of the ground and pause right here. Relax into the shoulders, relax the arms, relax the fingers. Hold this peel of the heels off. Release the heels down. And now peel the balls of the feet off and the toes off. Try to keep your hips up, feeling that engagement on the top of the legs to push the hips up. Release the balls of the feet back down. Bring the arms back up to the sky. And now bring them up and over next to the ears. Rotate the palms up and onto the ground as well for these, if your shoulders allow. And now let's take it and peel the heels once again off of the floor. We're going to pause right here. Breathe through this. Squeeze the glutes. Nice deep breath. Release the heels. And one more time, balls of the feet, toes come up. Make sure you're pushing those hips up. Don't let them drop. Feeling the top of those quads, really engaging with this position. Release the balls of the feet down. Lift the arms up to the sky. Articulate everything down. Beautiful. I want you to stretch whatever feels most comfortable. For some of you, you might want to extend nice and long. For others, we'll pull those knees back into the chest again. Whatever feels good at this point. Nice deep breath. Exhale out. Wonderful. All right, please bring those knees back into the chest. Let's take those legs and extend them up to the sky. Rotation of those knees so they're facing in towards each other. Parallel knees. Rotation of the knees facing out to the side. Zip the legs up. Doesn't have to be tight, but zip those legs up. Parallel knees. Rotation of the knees facing in towards each other. The toes can touch or the feet can be slightly spread, whatever feels best. Rotation so the knees are parallel. And again, rotation out to the side. Zip the legs up, please. Heels together, glutes coming together, inner thighs, calves come together, or we're working towards bringing them together. And let's flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Please pull the knees back into the chest. Excellent. You can move those legs around if you want to, a little bit of midline rock. You can do the knees circling out to the side, separating from each other, or changing direction. Beautiful. Please pause again. Extend those legs. Once again, back up to the sky. Rotation of the knees out to the side, zipping the legs up. Flex the feet. Lift the legs up and away from the floor to drive the spine down. Pelvic floor engages. Abdominals are engaged. Let's go into the 100. Inhale in, tuck, peel, and arms to the hips and beat next to the sides. As we're doing this 100, I want you to think about those quarters in the armpits, and you're trying to hold those quarters in there, squeezing the arms gently in towards the rib cage, reaching with those fingertips. Let's add the legs this time. So we're going to drop 3 drops, but the range of motion is up to you. First one, drop slightly, not too much. Beautiful. Pause it. Excellent. So from here, we're going to drop again, just a little bit. Range of motion again is up to you. Zip the legs up, rotation hips and knees. Keep with the arms going. And last one, drop it down. And again, this one is up to you. Rotation of hips and knees. Zip those legs up, flexion of the feet. Bring those legs back up to the ceiling. Lift those legs up and away from the floor. We'll do a 4 count, release it down. 4, 3, 2, and release it down. Knees come into the chest. Give yourself a quick recovery. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Excellent. All right, knees come back into the chest if they're not already there. Extension of the legs back up. Rotation of hips and knees, but this time I'd like you to keep those toes so they're pointed. Advanced students, I want you to squeeze those glutes, quads, hamstrings, and calves and go into a very hard point if you can. Nice deep inhale in, tuck chin, chest, shoulders off the mat, arms beating next to the hip. Don't forget that quarter. Holding those armpits in nice and tight. We are going to take it and drop one leg down at a time. Range of motion is different for everyone. Nice deep inhale in and drop one leg down, pointing the toe, rotation of that hip and the knee. Range of motion is making sure that lower back stays on the mat. The arms are still beating next to the hips. Please bring that leg back up. Zip those legs up tight, point the toes, really engage the legs, squeeze through it, and drop the other leg down. Make sure you are listening to your neck. If it is fatiguing, place that head down, please. Place that head down. Excellent. And bring that leg back up. Zip those legs up tight. We'll do a 4 count, release it down. 4, 3, 2, and release it down. Excellent. Just relax into the shoulders, the neck, the back of the head. If you want to stretch those legs out long, please do so as well. Just a couple more seconds. Excellent. Please bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor. Make sure the heels are close to the glutes again. Let's start off by squeezing the glutes tight, pelvic floor, pulling in and up to engage, making sure those hands underneath the back, you're trying to mush those hands. And now let's peel up and off the mat again. So I always want to add that engagement of the spine being pushed down into the mat to engage the abdominals so that when we come up, we're still keeping that engagement. All right, squeeze those glutes nice and tight. Let's take the glutes about halfway down. And again, your halfway is different than your neighbor's. Take the glutes all the way down to a hover next to the floor. Keep pulling that pelvic floor in and up, squeezing the glutes together, halfway back up, and then press all the way back up, sinking into the shoulders, the back of the head. And again, halfway down, pull that core in, pull the abdominals in and up. Take it down to a hover. Get as low as you can without touching. Excellent. Let's go all the way back up for this one. Press, 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 press. Beautiful. Let's do increments down. Let's do 4. So take it about a quarter of your way down. Take it about half of your way down. 3/4 of the way down, and then allow the glutes to fully rest on the floor. Excellent. Give yourself a good stretch. Nice long stretch. We are going to prepare now, getting onto that foam roller and rolling down onto it. Remember to grab water whenever you need to.
I'm afraid you're going to have to move, Riley. I'm afraid.
Once you are on the foam roller, if you haven't been doing this for a while, just take your time, get your bearings back on the foam roller again. For those of you who are just starting on the foam roller, take your time with this. Make sure that your arms and legs, the wider they are, the more stable you are going to be. For more advanced, we want to bring those arms and legs in tighter, closer to the foam roller for less stability. I just want you to rock back and forth. I'd like you to try to get off of the spine. So when you are rocking back and forth, you're not just rocking on the foam roller, you're rocking and rolling away from the foam roller. So you're getting off the center, off the spine. Take your time. Excellent. All right, everyone. Center yourself on that foam roller. Make sure that your foot placement is comfortable. So again, wider foot placement and hand placement, more stability, narrow, less. Let's go ahead and pull those knees into the chest. Get your balance. Take those legs and extend them up to the sky. Rotation of hips and knees out to the side. We're going to take it and open these legs as wide as it feels comfortable and then pull them back in. So we open wide, we pause. Let's flex the feet and squeeze and zip those legs back up. Once you're at the top, squeeze the legs together, point and open. Pause, flexion, squeeze, close. Beautiful. Point and open, flexion, squeeze, and close. Please pause right here. So we're at a point, we're pausing. We're going to add on to this if you would like to. So we open, we will drop the legs for more advanced, then flex, and then squeeze the legs together, bringing them back up to the starting point in the ceiling. Here we go. So it's an open, flexion, drop, squeeze, point, and lift. You don't need to add that if you don't want to. Open, flexion, drop, point, squeeze, and lift. Excellent. Open, flexion, drop, squeeze, point, and lift. Excellent. Open, flexion, drop, squeeze, point, and lift. One more. Open, flexion, drop, Squeeze, point, and lift. Beautiful. Give yourself a recovery. Just relax that body, rocking back and forth, getting off of the spine if you can, getting off of the spine if you can. Excellent. So for the next exercise, we are doing the half roll up. So for the arms, modification, you can keep the arms on the ground the whole time. More advanced, we're going to be lifting the arms and reaching for the knees. Make sure for the upper body, you tucking chin chest, raising the shoulders off of that foam roller, reaching for the knees. And again, hands can stay on the floor. Let's start off by pelvic tilting into that foam roller, finding our balance. Make sure that you are challenging yourself, so a little bit more narrow if you'd like to. Let's drive the spine down so you have hands between the foam roller and your spine, and you're trying to mush those hands. Nice deep inhale, tuck chin gently into chest, and then peel up to the knees. Beautiful. Breathe through this. Do not hold your breath and freeze up here. Slowly articulate all the way back down. Excellent. We're going to change it up right away. Move over on the foam roller just a little bit so you are off of the spine and right next to the spine parallel. Here we go again. Nice deep inhale in, tuck, and peel. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. And slowly articulate back down. Let's stay on this side again. Inhale in, tuck, and peel. Reach for those knees. Beautiful. And slowly articulate back down. We're going to stay right here again. Pause for a second. Make sure you are tucking the chin to the chest, but you have that lemon in between the chin and the chest. Inhale in, tuck, and reach. For advanced students, if you would like, let's bring the arms up to the sky, looking at those knees. Beautiful. Don't look at the arms. Bring them back down to the knees and slowly articulate the rest of the way down. Beautiful. Please rock it out. Let's take it and set ourselves up again. So we're parallel to the spine on the other side. And mind you, you are more than welcome to modify and stay on the spine instead. I encourage you to get off the spine for a couple of reasons. A, we don't want to have that pressure all the time. And also, this throws us off more balance. So we're really using all those stabilizing muscles all the way down those abdominals. Let's do this again. Pelvic tilt, drive yourself down. Engaging the core, nice deep inhale, tuck and peel. Up, up, up. Beautiful. Breathe through it. Do not freeze up here and slowly articulate back down. Excellent. We're going to do that again. Nice deep inhale in, tuck and peel. Reach for those knees. Beautiful. And slowly articulate back down. We're going to do one more. We've got this. Make it the best. Inhale in, tuck and peel. Let's pause up here for a second. Advanced students, if you'd like to join up with those arms, make sure you are not looking at the arms though. So we're keeping that tuck. Excellent. Bring the arms back down towards the knees, articulate down and rock it out. Fabulous. Give yourself some good breaths. Nice deep inhale. Good. Exhale. Push that breath out, setting yourself up, getting ready for the next exercise. Wonderful. All right. Set your feet up so that they are closer towards the glutes. And again, they can be wider for more of a modification, in closer for a little bit more advanced. We're going to peel off of our spine and onto the shoulders. Before we begin, pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, and push through that spine into that foam roller. Nice deep inhale and peel all the way up. Please lift the arms up to the sky and open the arms into a T-shaped position, pinching the foam roller with your shoulder blades. So the arms don't go all the way down for this exercise. We're pinching nice and tight with that foam roller. I always like to say like a lobster claw. And now we're going to pinch, pulse it. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we go with the arms. Beautiful. Now we're going to work on the traps, leading with the thumbs, up and over, sinking deep into the traps. Pause here. Allow the arms to relax. Thumbs are pointing down. Breathe through this. Hips are up. Squeeze those glutes tight to stabilize the hips and bring those arms back up to the sky. Let's go back to that T-shaped position. Open it wide. Beautiful. Back up with the arms, thumbs up and over, deep into the traps. Bring the arms back up to the sky and back to the T shape. Open it wide. Bring it back up to the sky, back up and over, thumbs leading into the traps. And up, and let's articulate everything down. The arms, the spine, and rock it out. Excellent. We are going to go into single leg extension. So for single leg extension modification, the hands and the upper body stays down. The legs are going to do all of the work. For a more advanced position, hands are staying down, but we're going to tuck gently chin into chest and peel the upper body off the foam roller. Also for advanced, if you want to, think about as light as you can on your fingertips and modify it deeper into the hands. Let's go ahead and gently bring the knees into the chest, setting ourselves up for this exercise. Driving that lower back down. Think about pelvic tilting. So you're lifting up even more and driving down even more into that foam roller. Let's take the upper body, if you would like to add it, tuck and peel. And again, the hands can be light, so you can challenge yourselves here. Let's take one leg, extend it up for a modification, out for more advanced. Let's pause. Beautiful. Switch and pause. The leg that's extended, I want you to squeeze the glute, the quad, the hamstring, the calf. Switch and pause. Beautiful. We're going to speed up just a little bit. Switch, pause. Switch, pause. Switch, pause. Switch, pause. Let's speed up a little more. Switch, 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 switch. One more. Switch, 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 switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful. Rock yourself out. Rock yourself out. Nice. Deep breaths. Powerful exhales. Wonderful. Please set your feet up again because we're going to bridge. Modification, wider legs as always, a little bit more in for advanced position. Hands are going to be on the grounds for everybody to start off, and then we are going to lift them up. Here we go. Pelvic tilt, squeeze the glutes, and peel. Beautiful. Hand is on the ground. Both hands are on the ground for everyone. We are going to take the leg that is closest to the tennis court and pull that knee into the chest. Hands on the ground for everyone. Extend that leg up. Modification, hand is on the ground for everyone. Advance, opposite arm goes up. Extension, lengthen. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. Hand goes down for everyone. Let's take that leg and we're going to drop it down so it's parallel to the opposite knee. Breathe. Squeeze your glutes. Lift that leg back up and release that foot down. Excellent. Keeping yourself up. Don't release it down. Squeeze the glutes. And now switch the knee that comes into the chest. Extend that leg up. And we're going to pause here. Modification, keep the hand down. More advanced, opposite arm goes up. Find it. Find it. Breathe. Beautiful. Arm goes down for everyone. And now leg goes down parallel to the other knee. Beautiful. Point that toe. Rotate hip and knee. Lift that leg back up and release that foot down. Please articulate down. Rock it out. Beautiful. Excellent. We are gonna go into double leg extension. Upper body for modification is gonna stay down, neck spine aligned on the foam roller. More advanced, you can tuck chin, chest, raise yourself up, hands stay down. For everybody, light fingertips, more advanced, palms deep into the ground. A nice modification. Let's bring the knees into the chest to get started. Modification for the legs, we go up to the ceiling in first position. What is first position? Flexion of the feet, rotation of hips and knees, the legs zip together. More advanced, the legs are going to go lower and out. Let's prepare if you want to add on to. Nice deep inhale, tuck chin, chest, raise shoulders off the foam roller, pause. Nice deep inhale in and double leg extension. Breathe through this, light fingers if you want. Pull the knees back into the chest. Excellent. Inhale in and exhale, double leg extension. Rotation, hips and knees. Excellent. Pull it back in. Excellent. Inhale in and double leg extension, rotation, hips and knees. Flex your feet, please. Flex and pull back in. We're going to do one more. Challenge yourselves and get a little lower. Comfortably on that lower back, though. Challenge. Beautiful. Pull it in and release it down. Rock it out. Allow that body to relax. All right, let's bend the knees. Feet are flat on the floor. Pull those heels in so they're close to the glutes because we're going to peel ourselves back up. Nice deep inhale in and exhale, peel it up. Make sure your glutes are engaged, pelvic floor, the abdominals are engaged. Please bring the arms up to the sky for everyone. Wonderful. Let's take it and drop the arm closest to the mirror out to the side. So now we have one arm up and we have one arm out to the side. Let's gently and slowly switch the arms that are up to the sky and out to the side. Keep your hips up. Gently and slowly switch. Beautiful. A little faster. Switch, pause, switch, pause, switch, pause, switch, pause. A little faster. Switch, 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 switch. One more. Switch, 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 switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms down. Excellent. Stay up here with those hips. Stay up here with those hips. Peel the heels off of the ground. If you want to, for a more advanced position, you can keep the hands up off the ground or they can stay on the ground. Release the heels down. Beautiful. Peel the balls of the feet, the toes. Stabilize. Release the balls of the feet, the toes. Peel the heels. Stabilize. Release those heels, balls of the feet, the toes. Push those hips up, squeeze those glutes. Release and articulate down. Beautiful. Rock it out. Rock it out. We have only one more exercise on the foam roller. Just one more exercise. Let's give ourselves a good rock side to side. Those of you who haven't been on the foam roller for a while, or this is your first time, I want you to try to challenge yourselves right here and rock just a little bit further out to the side. Hands are deep, feet are wide. Take that risk and go just a little bit further. Sink deep into your elbows, your hands. There you go. Challenge yourselves. Wonderful. Beautiful. All right, please center yourself. Let's take it, bring the knees into the chest, extend the legs up. Now for a modification, you're more than welcome to put one foot down and one leg stays up. Let's take the arm to the opposite leg that is staying up, or if you're advanced, you have both legs up and one arm up. Excellent. We are going to drop the arm and that opposite leg. Nice deep inhale in and exhale, drop arm, drop leg. Range of motion here is up to you, but make sure your back is staying deep into that foam roller. Breathe through here. I want you to pause, pause, pause. Come on back up. Excellent. Pause again. And let's drop. All right, here we go. I want you to pause on this lengthening phase. So we're breathing, we're pausing. 4, 3, 2, and now bring it up. Beautiful, everyone. Let's do just one more. Lengthen, lift, and drop. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to pause down here, work through it. 4, 3, 2, and gently bring that leg back up. Please release the legs down and give yourself a rock. Nice work. Nice work. Beautiful. We have to do the other side. So let's pull those knees into the chest, extend those legs up, and remember, place one foot down, but switch the leg that is going down for the modification. Let's take that arm up. So for advance, both legs and an arm. Nice deep inhale in and drop that arm, drop that leg. Excellent. Breathe through it, and we pause right here. Pause. Pause. 4, 3, 2, and let's bring it up. There we go. Beautiful. Lift those legs up and away from the foam roller to drive that lower back down. Nice deep inhale in and exhale. Let's drop. Lengthening that arm, lengthening the leg, rotation of the hip and knee. 4, 3, 2, and bring it back up. Excellent. Last one, last one. Nice deep inhale in and lengthen arm, lengthen leg, rotation hip in the knees. Pause at that bottom. We've got 4, 3, 2, and gently bring it back up. Gorgeous. Slowly articulate down. Rock yourself off of the foam roller. And now give yourself a good recovery. Nice. Give yourselves a good recovery here. Good recovery. Stretch that body out, especially without that foam roller now. Just a little bit longer. Let's do at least 20 more seconds and allowing that body that recovery without that foam roller. Again, you can do static stretching, so pausing that stretching. You can do dynamic stretching where you're moving through that stretch, that range of motion. Okay, when you're ready, I'd like you to grab that foam roller. We're going to place this underneath the feet. So we are biasing the hamstrings for the next exercises. Please mind your hamstrings. If they're starting to cramp up, please take a break. Allow those hamstrings to relax and recover. We want to roll the foam roller in somewhat close to the glutes. The further the foam roller is away, the more you are going to be biasing those hamstrings. Hand position. You are more than welcome to keep the hands on the ground for a modification. More advanced is going to be hands across the chest. When you are ready, let's start by pelvic tilting, squeezing the glutes, and let's bridge ourselves up. Beautiful. Bridge right up here. We are going to take it and roll that foam roller towards the heels. And I always say towards the heels because some of us are not going to want to get onto the heels because of those hamstrings. Roll it back so that you are at the arch of that foot again. Roll back towards the heels. Keep those hips up. Hips are up. Squeeze the glutes. Roll back towards the arch of the feet. And now we're going to pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly release all the way down. Beautiful. Pull those knees gently into the chest. We're going to take those knees and we're going to make small circles with them where they separate from each other. So they go out to the side, around, meet at the top and down. So small circles with the knees. Small circles with the knees. Excellent. When you're ready, switch direction with the knees so that this time they go out to the side, in and up. Beautiful. Go ahead and pause. Place those feet back onto that foam roller. Make sure you're rolling that foam roller in. Hands are on the ground, modification across the chest, and peel. Beautiful. Towards the heels, pause. Back towards the arch of the foot. Towards the heels, pause. Back towards the arch of the foot. Towards the heels, and now pulse again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Beautiful. Go ahead and pull those knees into the chest once again. Excellent. You could do some midline rock, side to side rock for that spine, for that lower back. Excellent. I'd like you to take your foam roller, and rather than it being so that it is perpendicular to us, we are going to make it parallel under one foot, under 1 foot. And again, I want you to keep your heels in as close to the glutes as possible. Hands on the ground for a modification. This is a lot of balance for this exercise, so across the chest for more advanced. But again, remember, you can always start with hands on the floor too. The foot that is not on the foam roller, I want you to peel that heel off the ground and just put your ball of your foot and toes down. So we're lifting ourselves up to start off so our hips are parallel to each other. Squeezing the glutes, pulling the abdominals in, driving that spine down to activate the abdominals and bridge yourself up. Beautiful. Steady. Again, hands on the ground for most of us. If you feel comfortable that you can do this without the hands, be very mindful though. Let's take the foot that is not on the foam roller and slowly peel it off of the floor. Pull that knee in towards the chest. Extend that leg up. Pause. Lifting that hip up. Push, 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 push. Bend the knee. Slowly release the toe and the ball of the foot back down and articulate your spine down. Pause. Beautiful. Listen to your lower back. If your lower back is pinching, hands on the ground. If your lower back is pinching, get rid of the foam roller and do a bridge instead. Listen to your body. This is a hard exercise. We're going to do that one more time on this side. So the heel is up, ball of the foot is on the ground, hands are on the ground. Or if you want to really challenge, hands go across the chest, bridge yourself up. Pull those abs in, squeeze your glutes together like you got a quarter to stabilize those hips. And then very carefully peel that foot up. Extension of the leg up to the sky. All of you try to keep your hands as light as possible. Try to keep your hands light. Beautiful. Now you can deepen the hands. Knee comes into the chest. Slowly release that foot down and articulate down. Excellent. Please switch sides. And again, make sure that you are keeping the heels close to the glutes. The foot that is off the foam roller onto your ball of your foot and toe, only heels off the ground. Nice deep inhale in, squeeze and peel. Squeeze those glutes, pelvic floor, abdominals. Excellent. Here we go. Peel that foot off the ground. Knee comes into the chest. Extension of that leg. Pause. Beautiful. Knee comes back in. Slowly release that foot down. and articulate down. Breathe through this. We've got one more. Nice deep inhale in and exhale, peel. Pause. Pull that knee gently into the chest. Extension of that leg up. Breathe, everybody, breathe. Knee comes into the chest and slowly articulate down and release everything down. Beautiful. Give yourself a good stretch for those hamstrings, pulling the knees in the chest. Happy baby. One leg across the other. Figure 4. All right, please take your time, but we are going to come up onto our glutes. Once you are up onto your glutes, if you want to do some stretching here where you can drop over those legs, please do so. And again, whenever we are up in this position, for those of you who have tight hip flexors while I am talking and we're in a break, you're more than welcome to lean back to get off of those hip flexors. All right, please grab your foam roller. We are going to take it. Legs are going to go hip length apart. Find those sits bones. Outside of the foam roller, lift that foam roller up so it is parallel to those legs. Let's start off by flexion of the feet. Excellent. Let's take it, tuck chin gently into chest, C-shape that spine. And this time we are going to take it back. So slowly take it back. I don't want you to get stuck, so don't go too far, but imagine that you're trying to drop your spine down towards the mat. Not too far, not too far. Flex those feet. And now slowly pull yourself back up. Keep the flexion of the feet like you're trying to push into a wall. Beautiful. Sit tall, drop the shoulders. Let's do that again. Tuck, C-shape the spine, and back we go. Pull the abdominals out. So think about a really hard pelvic tilt. Think about those legs becoming logs and sinking into the floor. Gorgeous. And slowly pull yourself back up. Beautiful. Please point the toes, lengthen the legs, lift the arms up to the sky. And now we are going to bend ourselves, foam roller towards the mirror. So we bend to the side. So no twisting. We're bending. Small range of motion for some of us. Bring it back up center. Pull the abdominals in and bend. Think rib cage towards the hip. Point the toes, lengthen the legs, bring it back up center. Let's bend again towards the mirror. Whew. Breathe through it. Come on back up. And one more bend. Think rib cage towards the hip. No twisting, no twisting. Bring it back up and release it down. Gorgeous. Give yourself a little recovery. All right, when you're ready, same thing for the hand position on the outside. Let's flex those feet again. Sinking down into the sits bones. This time we're twisting towards the twisting towards the mirror to start us. So I'm going to push with that outside arm, pushing that foam roller towards the mirror. Range of motion is different for everyone. Bring it back center. I'm looking at the center of my foam roller and try not to lose that position. And push and rotate. Keeping my chest lifted, trying not to lean back. Bring it back center. Pull the belly button in and twist. Again, listen to that body whenever you need to. Bring it back center. Keep the flexion in the feet, please. Keep the flexion in the feet. And last one, rotation. Flexion in the feet, sitting tall. Try not to lean back. Your range of motion may shorten. That's fine. Bring it back center and release it down. Beautiful. Give yourself a stretch. Excellent. One more seated exercise. Let's grab that foam roller. Last one. This time we are pointing the toes, lengthening the legs. The legs are becoming like logs into the floor. Please take it gentle tuck of the chin. Limit is there. C-shape the spine. Let's go forward this time and take it forward. Lead with the top of the head. Keep the arms so that they are staying parallel to the ground. And bring it back up. Beautiful. Arms go up to the sky. Chest is lifted. Now, flat back, hip hinge, chest leads. Arms stay back. Arms stay back. So range of motion may be smaller to keep the arms back. And come on back up. Drop the foam roller parallel to the legs. Point the toes. Round the back out. Tuck and forward we go. Top of the head. Foam roller is leading, pointed toes, lengthen those legs. And gently come on back up. Lift that foam roller up to the sky, flat back, chest leads, arms do not lead, and hip hinge forward. Range of motion may be small. Try not to allow those arms to come forward. Point the toes, lengthen. Come on back up, drop the foam roller down, and place that foam roller to the side. We are going to go onto our stomach, but if you want to stretch on your back for a little bit, you're more than welcome to. A little bit longer, at least 20 more seconds, doing whatever feels really good for that body. Rotation. Okay, please come on down onto the stomach, onto the hips, onto the chest. Extend those arms out nice and long, making sure neck and spine is staying aligned by looking down at the mat the whole time. Let's take it, squeeze the glutes, pelvic tilt, pull the abdominals up and away from the floor. Please lift both those legs up, and we're going to start into a heel beat. Beat, 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 beat. Now, as you're doing this heel beat, point your toes, lengthen your legs, and lift from the hips. Point, point, point. There you go. Slow beat, 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 beat. Let's beat and hold. Squeeze the legs together and back into the heel beats. Nice and steady. Beat, 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 beat. 4, 3, 2, squeeze and hold. Lift those legs. Beautiful. One more set. Heel beats again. Beat, 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 beat. Excellent. Lift those legs from the hips. Last one. Squeeze and hold. 4, 3, 2. Release those legs down. Excellent. Arms are nice and long. Lengthen that body, pelvic tilt, squeeze the glutes, pull the abdominals in, lift the arms, lift the chest, looking down at the mat. Open the arms to a T-shaped position, palms are down, mind your water next to you. Bring the arms all the way to the hips, thumbs are pointing down, lift that chest. Mind your water, let's sweep all the way back to the wide eye, narrow eye, thumbs are pointing up. Beautiful, chest is lifted. Back to that T-shaped position. Lift that chest, lengthen your legs, toes are on the floor, all the way to the hips, thumbs are pointing down, lengthen, Reach with those arms towards your feet and then sweep gently all the way to the narrow Y or I and release it down. Excellent. Sit back, stretch out when you are ready. Please come on up, hands and knees. You are more than welcome to roll that mat in if you'd like to, so that the heel of the hands are being supported and the fingertips are off. You can also make a fist of the hand so there's no break in the elbows. We won't be up here too long on those wrists. Let's take it and extend one arm out, and I want you to keep that fingertip on the ground to start it. Then we're going to take the opposite leg and extend it out, but I want your toes to stay on the ground. Let's take the hip of the leg that's extended out and drop it down, but really exaggerate that drop. So now I'm going to engage my abdominals and lift that arm and lift the leg, but keep that hip drop exaggerated. Let's pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. Pull the knee and elbow in towards each other. Pause. Extension back out. Drop that hip down. Exaggerate and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release everything down. Please sit back, stretch out, get off those wrists for a second. Excellent. Please come on up, hands, knees. Switch the arm that's going out. Fingertips on the ground to start. Opposite leg goes out, toes on the ground, and now exaggerate that hip push down. Please lift that arm, lift that leg. Beautiful. Let's pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause. Elbow into the knee. Pause and hold. Extension out. Exaggerate that hip down and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Gorgeous. 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. Sit back, stretch it out. Excellent. Come on up to hands and knees. We are dropping that head down, allowing the neck to stretch. C-shape that spine, pushing the hips towards the elbows. Pelvic tilting. Flat back. And now let's drop back, but drop back to one side. So we're going to either the left side or the right side. The upper body can stay in neutral, or it can go the opposite side. You are dropping the hips for a bend in that rib in the spine. Whatever feels most comfortable. Gently bring it back up. Drop that head down, stretching the neck. Adding the C shape to the spine with a pelvic tilt. Flat back. And then switching sides, you're dropping to. And again, remember, you can bend with that upper body or you can keep it so that it's neutral. Gently come on back up. Last one, drop the head. C-shape the spine, pelvic tilt. Flat back, drop the glutes back towards the heels, straight back as low as you can go. Head is down, hands are down. Just relax that body. Excellent. Nice deep inhale, everybody. And exhale, start to push and round yourself up into a seated position. Roll the shoulders back and down. Excellent work, you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me today.